Okay, so operating the NextSwath, when you first are opening your field, you can see this one's already got a boundary in it. But if you're wanting it to do the automated, you are going to have to add a boundary. So you just hit your running man, and first thing you really need to do getting started is you got this new little button here for the NextSwath. You need to hit that and hit enable NextSwath and hit the disclaimer. So that's going to be ready, and you also have to put in, like, if you want to make 2 turns to the right or left or whichever way, you need to add that. If you're needing to do a boundary first, this one's, like I said, this one's already got one. If you're needing to do a boundary, you'll go up here to your guidance patterns, whoops, and hit that, and then you'll just hit this little boundary option right here, and then it's actually going to ask you if you hadn't already set this before. So it'll say number of circuits to generate. Y'all are doing 2 outside circuits, so if you're going to drive the outside one first, I would just do 2 and say you don't have to create an infill pattern if you already have an AB line in the field, but if you don't have an AB line, then that's just all that means, is it'll create a line inside the field. So if you don't have an AB line in the field, you can hit yes. But if it's a field you already have lines in and you really just need to create the boundary, you can just say no there. And what you're going to do is, once you do this, it's going to give you a record button. You'll just hit record and drive around the outside of your field, and when you get back to your starting point, it's going to close the boundary. If at any time there's an obstacle or something that you need to drive around, if you hit pause, it'll actually pause to that spot and stop dropping points, and you can drive around whatever it is, and then hit it again, and then it'll go back to recording. And what it'll do is just draw a straight line between those points for that part of the boundary. But like I said, you drive all the way to the end, and once you get back to the start of that, then you'll it'll automatically close your boundary. So this field, we already have a boundary in there, so we're just gonna